Hey everybody! So, what we're learning about in this video is how do you use an ammeter to measure current. So, an ammeter is the instrument that you connect it into your circuit and it measures how much current is flowing through your circuit. So remember that current is a measure of how fast electrons are moving around your circuit. So here's an example of a circuit. We've got our power source, which is a cell, not a battery, it's a cell. And we've got a closed circuit because the wires are all joined up. And we've got our load, which is a light bulb in this case. So if you want to measure the current flowing through your circuit, you need to connect the ammeter so that it's part of the circuit. And we say that it's in series with the rest of the circuit because, as you know, in a series circuit, you just have one continuous loop of wire with everything in that loop. So that's the first thing if you want to measure your current. You need to connect an ammeter in series with the circuit. The next thing is you just turn on your power source. So once the electricity starts to flow, then the ammeter basically counts how quickly electrons are flowing past it. So the second thing to do is turn on the power source and read the ammeter, because the ammeter, if it's an old-fashioned one, it will have a needle and you read off the needle. Otherwise it might be a digital one, and that's really easy to look at the measurement of the current. So another way to think of what an ammeter does is to imagine our river example again. So we can always think of electrical current as being like a river because the electrons flow around the circuit. So if we want to measure the current of this river, you could imagine that you're sitting here on this bridge, just relaxing, sitting on the bridge, sitting out in the sun. Of course, you've got your SunSmart hat on. So as you're sitting at the bridge, you're counting how quickly water flows past you at the bridge. At the moment, it doesn't seem to be moving very quickly, so this might measure a low current. But if this river started flowing really quickly, maybe there was a storm upstream and lots of water started flowing down really quickly, and it became a rushing rapid, then that would be like a high current. And you, as the ammeter, would measure a higher current. So here's our trucks analogy again. A low current, if electrons aren't flowing very quickly, then the ammeter, it might measure the current as only 3 amps. Capital A for amps. But if there's lots of electrons flowing really quickly through the circuit, and you put your ammeter in to read the current, then it might read the current as 14 amps. It's got a higher current than the other one. So ammeters are used to measure the current in circuits.